but it felt good to tie the series up at 1 and execute everything you said post-game on Friday into today.
Yeah, we executed our game plan the way that they did on Saturday. You could just see that we were more confident with the puck on our stick, and we were working more without it on our stick, it's essential. We got the first goal as well, which was a key for us. So just a better overall effort with determination and a little bit more desperation from our group also.
You know, you go to November, Shane Harper. I don't think he could have predicted this script of what was going to happen today for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's a special player. That's why he's scored so many points and he's played so many games, because he can just pop off like that. I think he's calculated. Like, he wanted to see what the team was going to be like. Because at an older age, like, you don't just want to be along for the ride. You want to have an opportunity to win, play for a while. And I think he recognized that he could insert and not have to do quite as much like he did last year and carry the load, but kind of blend in more, even though he sticks out still. So yeah, I feel happy for Shane. It's really cool.
You've been in that shoe from Shane's perspective as well, a veteran on this Thunder roster, but you know, just having him in that group with that young playoff roster just speaks volumes once again.
Yeah, you need that. You need guys that you can look left and right and lean on them for guidance and to keep us, right in the middle and know that the sun's going to come up no matter what happens in the game. Say we could lose 10-0. We still got to wake up and have breakfast and do whatever we're going to do tomorrow. You win 10-0. It's not going to be any easier. It's probably going to be way harder, right? So, yeah, experience is everything in life, right?
Having just won a couple of games there a couple of weeks ago, it's like, a little confidence. Having won up there, those two games, does that give you a little confidence going back up?
I mean, sure. I don't look into that too much, because we play in our division so many times. Lots of things can happen, but for us, it's all the tight games we play, and we're comfortable playing those games. We play 25 overtime games in the regular season. We just played 3 really tight games against Allen where we thought we controlled the play, but we really had to bear it out to get those wins. So I think we draw on that experience. And again, it's not going to be easy, but we've gone through some different situations all year long.
Isaac Poulter, thrilled for him.
Yeah, he's awesome. Just you're always worried when guys come down. It's human nature. The first day he got sent down, he was in the room at 7:30 in the morning, so we knew he was dialed in.
Speaking of guys being sent down, Utica season's over. Will McKinnon, Philip, and Garis, are they set to join your roster by Wednesday or come down by Wednesday before you guys go to Maine?
Yep, they'll be here.
Mac Welsher, got to be happy with his performance tonight. 2 big assists for you guys. Another late addition to the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'd be lying if I said I expected him to be this good. We knew he was a good player. Sometimes we look at the junior numbers to see what type of player they are, because you get into college and sometimes you don't get put in a good role your freshman year, and the new players come in and you're kind of just pigeonholed there. I think that's what happened to him, but it helped him because he can play up and down our lineup. He's had that role in college for 4 or 5 years, and now you put him with Ashbrook and Harper, and he has 2 really nice ways to create huge goals for us. So he's earned this opportunity, and he's a guy that's going to be part of our future, hopefully, unless somebody else takes him away from us.
I want to talk about that line, Ashbrook, Harper, Welsher, the way they contributed tonight. What kind of went into the practice plans this week to see that lineup and have that opportunity to put them together in a game like this?
Nothing. I changed it yesterday, watching the film, just thinking about the combinations. We take out Alex Young, doesn't deserve to be taken out, but we got to make a switch, and we put Mac on the left and get Harpy back on the right, and then I had Wheels on the left and Yushi on the right. We slid Burrow on the wing and put Smitty in the middle just to get a different look of where we think guys are going to be comfortable but be able to play to their strengths naturally. So it worked out tonight, and now these new guys coming down, we're going to have to change some things again, and another guy is going to have to come out, or probably 2 guys are going to have to come out, right? So it's not a fun process for me to go through that. I don't like taking guys out. I want them to all develop and just all play. Like, oh, that's all, you made a mistake. Let's make it better. Unfortunately for us, or fortunately, that's not how it works, and we'll get back to the drawing board on Tuesday and figure out who's going to play together.
Coach, you talking about the depth, taking guys out. Obviously next week in a 3-3 in Maine. How big does it help having a roster this deep to be able to give guys, a rest for 3-on-3 in Maine?
I think that's huge, and it's just also playing the right ways. The way that we're designed to play and set up to play is the idea is to wear the other team down. It's specifically designed to wear them down, make them skate, make them absorb checks, make them go 200 feet. So if we can do that and couple it with the fact that we can move some guys in and out, we're going to try to take advantage of that as much as we can.
Obviously the 3-and-3 is super important. You've moved goaltenders around in that situation. Obviously, different beast, different animal in the playoffs. Poulter going to ride game 2 back for game 3, and then you kind of evaluate from there how he's feeling.
Pults, Broads, Pults. Probably be how it goes, regardless of how Pultsy plays. Got to manage him a little bit. Broads certainly deserves to get back in the net. So the plan is Pults, Broads, Pults.
A guy that wasn't on the score sheet tonight, but he was flying all over the ice, was Yushiro Hirano. The good news is Utica's not calling him up tomorrow because your season's over. But having him as an extra, you switched Gonchusen as an extra at one point. I mean, what does that say to those guys that are still here, still committed, and want to win?
I think it just shows our depth and that you earn your ice time, right? Yushi played great tonight. Wasn't happy with his game on Friday. We let him know that. And I think he responded properly tonight. And if you keep playing like that, you're going to end up producing. Like, the hockey gods are real, and they're going to reward you the more right things you do as pertains to team choice. And I thought he moved his feet. He finished hits. He was smart with the puck. He could have had a couple points. That's beside the point. But when he's going like that and everybody sees it, he's a catalyst for our team.
And then, another guy that we didn't see on the score sheet, but able to come back down for you, the Cards, Andre Gonchus. How big is it just to have a guy get up there, get some experience, and then come back down here and play in a meaningful playoff game?
Yeah, I mean, that's why he's here, right? He wanted to come and chase a championship in the springtime. The guy that we were after for almost 2 years. And yeah, it's good for them to get that confidence. The hard part is when you're going up and down, they're so different. The leagues are so different. This league's harder to play in the American League in ways. It's not a better league, but it's harder to play because not everyone's as smart. Not everyone's as crisp. Not everyone's in the proper position. Where you go to the American League, 9 out of 10 guys are. You go to the NHL, 12 out of 10 guys are in the right position, right? So he'll get more and more acclimated and get used to this level again. And he's another guy that can be a driver on offense for us, and we're just lucky to have him. He's a good kid.
Ryan Conway didn't have the greatest game on Friday, but I feel like he responded in a good way after, having the day off and being able to regroup.
Yeah, he's awesome. He plays on his toes. He plays a lot for us, both special teams, 5-on-5. We moved the deep pairings around a little bit so we can get Felix and Vandaliste out there a little more and let Conroy focus on some more special teams and not play quite as many 5-on-5 minutes. But yeah, you can see he's kind of like Alex Wall when we had him here, but I actually think he's a better player because he's a better defender and he's got that element of toughness to him. So yeah, we're lucky to have found him.
Connor Blake's been playing defense and forward. Same thing with Ryan Miller is the play now that McKinnon is coming back down to put Wheeler back in the back end. Haven't decided yet.
No, Wheels are forward until we need another D-man. He'll be a forward, and we'll have to figure out what the D pairings are going to look like with a pretty good D-man and McKinnon joining us.
Have you talked to them at all?
No.
How do you think he's going to be, though, being able to be paired with Colin again, even though that was kind of what Deneen was doing in Utica, but more minutes, and they were gelling until, his call-up on January 1st?
Yeah, I mean, they played all year together last year, and they're like plus 40 as a pair, so they'll go right back together, and they'll be our first team pair, and then we'll continue to play hard and hopefully win the next game. Thank you, guys.
See you, Maine.
All right, guys. Travel safe. Thank you.
It's huge for you, first professional playoff shutout, something that, not sure if you really look at that, but, what's it mean to rebound from Friday to today, even though it was, only a 2-1 game?
I mean, I think the shot doesn't really matter, it's just the win. Right now, nothing matters other than winning games and trying to advance rounds and eventually win the Kelly Cup for us.
Poulter, we talked about it all year, but next week you guys get a couple guys back from Utica, a guy like Ibrahima, Vangaris. You guys got Gonchus back earlier this week, but going to a 3-and-3, having that kind of depth, and having a guy like Broder as a backup here, how big is that for this team? Just moving forward.
I mean, I think we have the team that can make a run here, and we're just taking it one step at a time, one game at a time, and just trying to be as consistent as we can. And adding those guys will be big for us, but I mean, we got the job done with the guys we have tonight, so I think no matter who we have on the ice, we're going to put a good product out there.
How nice is it for you to see, a bunch of these guys came in this year from college. You got like Mac Welsher, 2 assists tonight, Alex Young, Ryan Conroy. How nice is it to see these guys who come in end of the year and crack this playoff roster and contributing right away?
I mean, they're good hockey players, all of them, so I think they're just continuing on from what they did in college and doing their best, and obviously everyone's bought in on the team, and they've been a great part of that since they got here, so it's great.
Coach talked about your mindset. You were here first day when you got that ECHL. Everybody has a different mindset, but you were here and you wanted to be a part of this run. What's it been like? The first couple of games, and knowing, like you said, looking at the roster, and knowing what you guys have the chance to do here.
I mean, it's just you play with the cards you're dealt, and you just do your job. No matter where you are, you're present. You have to do what your job is, no matter where you are. It doesn't matter called up, sent down, traded. If you want to be a pro and you want to play professional hockey for a long time, you need to just do your job, and that's all I've wanted to do since I've been down here is play hockey, win games for my team, and just do the best I can every single day, day in, day out.
Will McKinnon, back with the Thunder. You've played with him all year round, even up in the American Hockey League. But from hearing from every single guy that's been on Media Row tonight, it sounds like he is thrilled and pumped up to be here with you guys.
I mean, he's just one of those guys who buys into the same thing I just said, just wants to play hockey and do what he has to do, and doesn't care where he is. He just wants to win games and be a factor in those games.
How big was it for you guys to get this win before you head up to Maine?
I mean, we need to win every game, and we want to win every game, so I think this game is kind of just another step in the right direction, but we need to come out next Friday and win that one too.
How big is it for you guys, knowing the loss on Friday, to get a win in front of these fans? You talked about there's a sixth man out there, but how big is it to get a win in front of this home crowd?
I mean, yeah, we need to win every game, but we wanted to win both at home. We didn't do that, but tonight you can feel it. The fans are behind us no matter what happened. Penalty kill, power play. When the guys are blocking shots, they're getting out there, clapping, they're yelling. It's a great atmosphere here, so it's fantastic when we win a game, and we want to win every game at home.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Coach. This morning, or kind of to come out and put up 2 goals, and just talk about the performance tonight from yourself to come out and get these guys a much needed win.
Yeah, it was obviously nice to get on the board early and first. That was huge. Obviously, both teams want to score first, but when we can score first in our own building, it's a big deal. Get the fans really into it. Get the crowd on our side. Yeah, I mean, a couple of really nice plays on the first one by Welsher. Welsh went through one D-man, and then he went through me, and then passed Ash, and then Ash made a really nice play to me, and then I was able to put it upstairs. So, yeah, I mean, I was obviously very pleased to get a couple there and get us going on the right track.
You had the opportunity to play with that line tonight. Just talk about, you guys coming together and really putting it all out there tonight for a playoff win.
Yeah, I think that's what we did. Like what you said, we really did leave it all out there. We played really hard tonight. We won a lot of battles. We got the puck. We played smart. We didn't have many turnovers. Last game we had way too many turnovers, and we still had a chance to win. So we knew that if we just play smart, we're going to put ourselves in a good position. That's what we did.
How big is this win for you guys, knowing, going up to Maine 1-1 instead of down 2-0?
Yeah.
And with going in there with a win, knowing you guys won the last game.
Right. Definitely the series being 2-3-2, it's a little different, especially having them win the first game. You can't go into their building being down 2. So it was a huge win. We're feeling good about ourselves. We played the right way, which is how we need to play the rest of the games, and we have a very good opportunity to keep being successful.
All year, the goaltending has been fantastic. Now it's all 4 goals in that locker room. We've had a shutout this year. Poulter with a solid game on Friday night. And then tonight, put you to a shutout. That's going to be huge for you guys, having a guy like him. And even a guy like Berter backing him up,
Right.
knowing that he's going to get a start next weekend.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Being able, I mean, like you said, we have 4 goalies in that locker room. The guys we practice on, they're all so good. And then having a 3-3 next week, not what you expect in playoffs, but being able to rely on Broder being your backup, he's not really a backup, you know what I mean? So it's 1A, 1B. So that's huge for us and very important and a big part of our team. And I'm super excited for Poulter that he gets a playoff shutout.
You know, obviously when you score 2 goals, protein shakes after a game are optional. But, you know, you take a look at this team going to Maine, a tough building for you guys to play at during the regular season. Obviously, you know that when the regular season ends, the postseason begins, it's a whole new season.
Yeah.
But what was the message from Pete MacArthur on Saturday to really kind of flip your game 180, because it really wasn't the result we were looking for on Friday?
Yeah. The Friday game, it's always hard to tell after you play a game, knowing what just happened. But looking at it the next day, we had too many turnovers. We had uncharacteristically more turnovers than we're used to having. You know, I would chalk maybe the first period up to nerves, but then after that, since we were behind the 8 ball, maybe we were trying to press a little bit too much. We only lost by a goal, so it's not. I don't think we should have pressed so much, and we just stick to our game. Like tonight we were good in the neutral zone. We got the puck in their zone when we needed to, and we got on the forecheck hard. We skated really well, and I mean that's why we put ourselves in that position, and we were able to play pretty good defense again.
You know, obviously, the guys mentioned it over here, goaltending and having the success that it is. But for you, having gone up to the NHL, Poulter was there backing up and on the cusp. When you see the type of commitment that he has in that room, even when he came down, you know, you see it on the ice. He's snapping his stick every single good play that you guys make. That's fantastic. What does that say about him?
Yeah, he has. I mean, ever since I met him from last year, he's had just a great attitude. I mean, he was he started on an AHL deal last year, works his way up, gets an NHL deal this year. Like you said, it just proves that he got rewarded for his great work ethic, and he always has a positive attitude. He's always got a smile on his face, and just, you know, obviously he's in the NHL a couple times this year, backing up, and then comes all the way down to the ECHL. But he didn't have a bad attitude, and he knows, like, might as well. He's still young. Might as well come down here and try to make a run. So I think he's having fun with it.
Colin Felix, a guy that has gone deep in the playoffs before. Same thing with Will McKinnon as well. The pairing plus 40 with Redding a year ago. Now the two will be reunited. You know, it's got to feel good, especially with the commitment from the AHL guys that are coming down to help you out on your run.
Yeah. Those Felix and McKinnon are, I don't want to be too. They're our staple. I mean, they're our backbone for sure. We haven't had McKinnon in a while, but I mean, the way those two guys played at the beginning of the year, I don't want to rely on them too much. But I mean, when they're out there, they're animals, and they play so hard, and they play the right way, and that's why I think they both got rewarded this year up in the AHL. And I was really happy for both of them, and we're lucky that we're gonna have them both here.
Message going into Friday is just play 80K hockey?
Yeah, exactly. Play the same way. Limit the turnovers, get into their zone, get on the forecheck, and get to the net.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks a lot.
Friday after the game, that it was a learning curve for the guys, and that everyone needed to step up in a way, no matter if it was on the score sheet or not.
Yeah.
Take a look at a guy like Yushiro Hirano, who you know is not going to get called up to Utica tomorrow, because your season's done.
Yep.
But what does that say to you as wearing the C and seeing the guys respond to the comments you made on Friday night?
I mean, it just speaks to the locker room we have. I mean, Yush, that guy, I feel for him. When I came in here, I was told that he was going to be a guy that was going to be up and down, and things just didn't go his way. And he's been battling for us all year. And then to come into the game tonight and play the way he did, I mean, he's just an ultimate competitor. I mean, I think that's most of those guys in the locker room, I think, just turned it around tonight. And it's absolutely amazing to see. It was so fun to be a part of. And it just, as a simple defenseman, it makes my job so easy when all those guys are working so hard. You can chip a puck and those guys are beating them up the ice to get pucks. I mean, it's just a fun game to be a part of.
You know, you mentioned being able to play your game simply on defense. Obviously, no secret, Will McKinnon and Colin Felix reunited again.
Yeah.
That's got to make you feel good.
Absolutely. I mean, those two, when I first got here, were absolutely electric together. They're a top D pairing, and to have them back and know that McKinnon, I had already heard of how badly he wants to be here for this playoff run. I mean, we're just so excited. This is what we play for all year, and it's here now. And I mean, things are quite exciting in that locker room for us.
You know, adrenaline was running for you at the end of the game.
Yep.
But, you know, obviously you couldn't say anything to the fans after the game, but, you know, the scrum you had going off the ice, the pump up, the hand raise, the high fives to the tunnel, that was kind of like, thank you for showing up after our performance on Friday.
Yeah, absolutely. It's so cool to have these fans every night. And then after our performance on Friday, where we didn't quite have it, and then they're right back here on Sunday, and they are loud as ever. I mean, it's so cool to be a part of. It's awesome. I mean, to have that support every game now, it's incredible, and I can't thank the fans enough.
Skeoch, you know, you talked on Friday about, you know, the lack of physicality.
Yep.
There was plenty of that tonight.
Yep.
Do you think that kind of helped you guys play that kind of ADK hockey that you guys are used to playing all year?
100%. That's our style. I mean, we like to be physical. We like to get in on the forecheck. And as soon as I got here, I think I might have mentioned this earlier. My dad called me because he watched games before I showed up, and was like, "Holy man, their offensive pressure is insane. They pressure the puck so hard, and they're so hard to play against." And that's just, I think, the identity that Pete's created is hard to play against, and we're extremely skilled. I mean, you look at those guys out there, there's talent in every guy, and to have talented guys also be willing to play that physical game, it's awesome to see.
You know, you talk about talent. You know, obviously roster stacked. You know, going to a 3-3, you've got Poulter. But obviously, you have a 1-8 Britter.
Yep.
You know, you have a guy like Alex Young, who Mac mentioned, he should have gotten scratched, but guys came in, he got scratched. How big is having this depth? You know, with Ngars and Ibrahima coming up, having that 3-3, being able to, you know, maybe give a guy a night off if he needs it.
Yeah, it's any one of those guys any night can fit perfectly into the lineup and be a game changer for us. I would not want to be Pete having to make those decisions. I mean, that's a very tough choice to make every single night. Yeah.
You guys, you know, we talked about it. Last game was gritty. This one, a gritty win.
Yeah.
You know, just talk about this team's performance to come out. As Shane said, score first, really being big for the crowd to get into it. Talk about this really gritty win in this group.
Yeah, I mean, that, like I said, the last game, it kind of felt off. It didn't really feel like a playoff game for us. It kind of felt like we were dipping our toe into the water, not fully jumping in. And then to come out tonight, we knew what we had to do. Our plan was there right from the beginning, and then right from the start, we wanted to get on and impose our will right from the start. I mean, that's going to be the style we have to play the rest of the playoffs, and that's going to be the style that will ultimately lead to our success.
You've been a big part of the penalty kill as well. Perfect today for this group. Talk about that, and you guys just putting your body on the line to block pucks, and really Poulter doing a great job as well.
Yeah, I mean, your penalty kill's only as good as your goalie usually too. So Poulter was huge for us tonight. I mean, he is extremely talented, and like you said, 1B with Brodeur back there too, and even the guys that, I mean, the other guys we have. Our goaltending is absolutely amazing, and then the penalty kill is just willingness, right? Bergie tells us what we have to do. We got all the details, and it's just up to us to go out there and do what we have to do to keep the puck out of the back of the net. I mean, that's something that I've always taken a lot of pride in, and that's something I'm never going to be a power play guy. I know that. I haven't been my whole life, so PK is my bread and butter, and whenever I do get the chance to go out there, I want to do everything I can to help my team succeed.
You know, you talked about Bridget, a guy who's kind of behind the scenes. People don't really get to hear him.
Yeah.
But how big has he been to the team's success this year?
I mean, I can't say enough good things about the coaching staff. since I've gotten here, I mean, they've been absolutely unbelievable. They've helped my game a ton. Bergie's just one of those guys that, they're both so positive. Like, some games I'll struggle with the puck. First period, I had a little bit of, I was just quite a little iffy with the puck, and I made a couple mistakes, and just going right back to the bench instead of having a coach harp on you and make it harder. Sometimes guys' confidence will go down, but Bergie's just like, hey, forget about it. Keep going out there, playing your game. It'll come. And for him to have that confidence in me, it's absolutely amazing, and it helps me play at my highest level.
You know, a barn that you're haven't played well in the regular season is the Cross Insurance Arena. Obviously, Pete MacArthur and everyone, and even yourself included, will say the regular season was the regular season, and you end up playing a lot of the guys in the North Division a lot more than usually would in other divisions. Obviously, something you're not going to think about, but with 3 games up there, the different format, the 2-3-2, what is your message going to be to that room, to those guys, into that room when you're on the bus and when you get settled in? And you know, obviously, it's not going to be you drive up there and you play on the ice the same day. You're going to have some downtime.
Yeah, absolutely. We got the week here to regroup and get back at it. But like I said before, I think this group, it's big for us to take it day by day. We're going to start back, I think, Tuesday, get back on the ice, work on the things we need to work on, and just keep progressing. And then once Friday comes, hop back on the ice and take it one shift at a time.
You know, you mentioned also too, kind of your dad texting you about this team and about, you know, the depth they have. But when you take a look, when you went into that locker room today and saw that a guy like Andre Gontus and Yushiro Murano were extra forwards, obviously the lineup sheet's the lineup sheet. It really doesn't mean much. But when you take a look at that depth, then you have McKinnon and Philip and Garis coming down to join you guys before Game 3 on Friday. Do you just kind of go like, holy jumping, this is absolutely incredible?
Yeah, like I said too, I would not want to be Pete and Bergie having to make decisions. I mean, it's tough because I mean every single guy is going to go into the game and make a difference and work their hardest. So having that depth is huge, especially in the playoffs, because there's going to be injuries. It's a whole new season, and it's definitely a little more physical, which I mean we love. Once we're in that physical part of the game, that's what we strive for. We want to play physical, we want to play hard, but having that depth and having a guy being able to hop right in right away and make a difference is huge.
What would your dad's text look like after this type of game?
Just congrats, buddy. On to the next step here. Yeah.
Thanks, Hugh. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Have a good one.
Thank you, you too. You know, feel pretty good, Daryl, with having Harper and Ashbrook as your line mates?
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I was really pumped when I got slotted in with them. They're both really good players. I mean, Ash drives the pace of our team every night, and Harps he's got an unbelievable career, and he's still going right now, and he's one of the best players on our team. And I just try to get those guys the puck as much as possible, and hopefully they can do the same for me. And I thought we had a good chemistry in it. So.
You know, super cool too for you. First 2 professional playoff points. I mean, obviously something you don't necessarily look at during the postseason, but it's nice to contribute past the regular season. 8 points in 15 pro games feels pretty good.
Yeah, no, it definitely does feel good. I just wanted to make an impact. I mean, the regular season's over, and I knew that my game was going to have to change a little bit. Still, some of my tendencies are still there. I like to slow down the play a little bit and speed it up at times, but it's just a lot tighter game, and I'm just happy to make an impact any way I can to help our team win, and I was really happy the way we responded tonight.
You know, you take a look at Friday, it was kind of like you gave up the first goal, was a wacky one on the power play. The second goal was really a give me off of a misplay there. It almost felt like you guys were playing where, you took the last cookie and Mom was going to catch it. What was kind of the different message from Pete MacArthur on Saturday to go out and go up to Maine 1-1?
Yeah, no, the message has been pretty much the same. We just want to play our game, play DK hockey. There wasn't a whole lot of maybe there was frustration after we lost game 1, but I mean I felt like everyone was still pretty composed. But the message generally didn't really change. We knew that we did a lot of good stuff. Puck didn't go in for us. We limited their grade A's. But overall, I thought that we came out ready to go from the jump tonight. So
You have the opportunity to play with a veteran like Harper. Is there anything that you kind of learned from him? An illustrious career in the ECHL, AHL, even the NHL. Is there anything you've learned from him in the time?
I love watching him play. He does so many things right and well out there, and I mean, I love talking on the bench, and I try to talk to him as much as possible. We were going over a lot of different situations, just talk. I just like, short and simple. I love talking to him, just to see like how he sees the game in any way I can. Same with Ash. Just they're such high-end players, so I just like talking to them and taking tidbits from whatever they tell me, whatever they see. So it's been good.
A lot of young guys on this roster, yourself, Ryan Conroy, Alex Young. What's been the message to all the young guys who basically came out of college and cracked the playoff roster? Just the momentum that you guys have had.
I think that all of us just came in and none of us were tentative. We all just wanted to come in with confidence and play our game that got us here. We have to trust the game that got us to this level, and you can't play tentative. You can't play without confidence, or else you're gonna get swallowed up and spit out pretty quickly. So, just trying to play fast and play smart and play confident. I think that we all have done that. We all have done that. All the young guys.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mac. Appreciate it.